Hi, I'm Victoria Henley from America's Next Top Models, Cycle 19, and Magnifique Magazine, and we are here with Chanel West Coast.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm great.
Well, thank you so much for being here today. You've got a big performance coming up tonight. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, basically, I'm doing a little mini tour right now, the Gulf Coast mini tour, and I just had 2 stops in Louisiana and New Orleans and Lafayette. I always say that wrong.
You pronounced it right.
Okay,
You're good.
I did it right that time. And tonight's Pensacola, so this is the last little stop on this little mini tour, and it's probably going to be the most poppin', so I'm excited.
That's wonderful. Awesome. So you've been to several cities throughout the Gulf Coast. Like you said, Lafayette, New Orleans. Which has been your favorite city you've performed in so far?
Well, I guess I can't say yet because I haven't performed yet tonight in Pensacola, so tonight might be the best night so far.
Yeah.
Last night was definitely a lot of fun in Lafayette. I think that they were very excited, the crowd, and New Orleans is always fun. It's always turned up there, and I have a very good fan base in New Orleans, so I can't really say which one was the best. It was kind of equal.
Well, crowd reaction always helps a lot. I'm sure a lot depends on that. So on that note, tell me, what's the craziest fan experience you've ever had?
Oh my God, I've had so many crazy fan experiences. I had this one guy who had a shaved head and was telling me to hit his head, which I thought was really weird. I was like, I don't know why you want me to hit your head. I'm not. And he was like, hit me, just hit my head. And he was in the crowd, and I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. That's awkward. I feel like, what if I give you brain damage or something, So that was really weird. I've had so many crazy ones. I can't really pick one out. The one though with the guy saying hit my head was
that's pretty out there.
That was definitely an odd one.
Well, it always makes it memorable.
Yeah.
So about your career, you're a media personality, you're a model, you do so many things, but how did you get your start as a rapper?
That's actually how I really got started doing everything. I've been doing music my whole life since I was a little girl. That's always what I've been into, performing arts since I was 4 years old. I was in every dance, ballet, hip hop dance, choir, orchestra, drill team, cheerleading. I was always a performing arts kid in school, and I was in every year, every talent show. Anytime I had a chance to perform growing up, I was always performing. So I really loved to do it from a young age. And when I was a teenager, I knew I wanted to do music.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really know how to write songs yet, but I was very into poetry. That's one of my hobbies since I was little, and it kind of naturally happened. I was poetry is basically it's rapping, and I kind of just started writing poems over beats, and it just became rapping. And then eventually, after working with a lot of producers and stuff, I started to sing more.
Yeah.
And now I do both, and that's kind of how it happened.
Absolutely wonderful. So you have very witty, catchy lyrics. What's the main thing that inspires the lyrics that you write?
The main thing that inspires the lyrics I write is what's going on in my life at the time. Well, also the beat inspires me. Whenever I hear a beat, it's the sounds and the beat and the music. It's whatever that song makes me feel. That's kind of what I start writing about. Obviously, if it's more of a beat that sounds like a love song, I'll start writing about some love stuff. Or if it's a party beat, I'll start writing about some party stuff. So the beats definitely inspire me a lot too. The music, whenever there's just instrumentals and whatever that inspires, that's kind of how I start writing.
Of course. So many people know you as a guest star of the MTV show Ridiculousness. Now, Ridiculousness, for those of you who may not have seen the show, features people tripping and falling and sometimes making fools out of themselves. So I want to ask you, have you ever had a ridiculousness moment?
Yes, it actually happened recently. I was on tour with Riff Raff, and it was the last stop for me on the tour, and it's very embarrassing. Basically, I had these really cute high heels that tie with shoelaces.
Okay.
And I did this little cute move towards the end of it was my second to last song. And I did this little move where I stepped with my heel thinking I was extra cute.
Right.
And my heel went through the shoelace of the other heel.
Oh.
And my feet got stuck together. And all of a sudden I go to move and my feet are stuck together. I'm oh, and I wobble and I fall over on stage in front of a very big crowd. And I could not stop laughing at myself. It was so funny. So I didn't get embarrassed and freak out or something. Right. I was trying to get back into the song, and I was laughing, and I couldn't. I was oh my God, they're probably laughing with me. And I got a bunch of tweets after it that everybody was oh, you handled that great. It was hilarious. Don't wear shoelace, heels that have shoelaces again, and everybody kind of understood. It was like,
there you go.
it was very obvious because they're big shoelaces. I personally think that whoever designed the shoes should have made them a little bit shorter.
Yeah.
So they were a little bit long, and that's kind of how it happened.
Of course.
It was definitely ridiculousness worthy moment.
Now, did that video go viral after that?
No,
or-
it didn't go viral.
didn't?
I was actually
Okay.
happy. I'm like, I didn't want to
Yeah,
be that
that's a
embarrassed.
good thing.
I think somebody did post it. Like, I saw a little video on Twitter, but I don't think anybody posted it on YouTube or sent
Exactly.
it to TMZ or anything like that.
Well, it's good you can laugh at yourself. You know,
Yeah.
some people can't. So.
I'm very good at that, so.
Well, that's great. That's great. So tell me, what's the mantra that you live by? You've been very successful. What is your number one motto that keeps you going?
Ignore what anybody says about you and just follow your heart and follow your dreams. I've had a lot of hate. People don't know that I actually got discovered by Rob through my MySpace music page. He met me as a rapper, and then he thought it was funny and, whatever, my personality fit with the show, and he asked me to be on the show. So people don't know that I got discovered through my music, and I get a lot of hate. Like, people think that I'm just a reality star, even though our shows are not very much reality.
Right.
People dub me as a reality star. I think they think that just because I'm in the spotlight, I'm trying to rap all of a sudden and do something, but it's like, this is what I was doing before I was on TV. This is what got me to where I am and being on TV. So I really just think that people need to ignore what people say about them and follow their heart and follow their dreams, because what people think about you doesn't matter. It's who you really are. It's your character, and I think that's all that matters.
Absolutely, and that radiates, that shines through.
Yeah.
So wonderful. Well, tell us a little bit, working with Rob and working with Stilo. What's that like? What are they like to work with?
They're hilarious. They're really funny. It's actually, I always say that if we had a reality show about our cast just being friends and our lives outside of the show, it would be even funnier than the shows we're on, because we're all like funny people. We all have crazy lives and a lot of stuff going on. And I mean, especially me and Sterling are very close friends, and he's hilarious. I don't think that we get a chance to really show our personalities on the show we're on. It's a very
Right.
short TV show. We're basically making comments about videos.
Of course.
So outside of what you guys see on the show, there's even like way more funny stuff that goes on backstage, and they're just great guys to work
That's
with.
awesome. Well, you guys obviously have a great chemistry. So
Yeah,
I know
they're
that
like my big
definitely
brothers.
helps.
I never had.
That's great. That's great. So one more question for you. If you were not a rapper and a performer, what's the other career path you would have chosen?
That's a very tough question for me, because this is literally what I've wanted to do since I was little. I mean, as a little girl, I just remember being a little girl and watching TV and seeing people singing and performing, and that's always what I've wanted to do. Like, my mom noticed in me in a young age that I was into music and stuff, so that's why she really got me into dance and choir and music lessons and all that stuff. And I was performing from such a young age. That's like all I've ever wanted to do. I did at one point, I worked at a real estate company before I was
Okay.
on Fantasy Factory.
Right.
So for a little bit of time, I wanted to be a real estate agent. I'm very into houses and and floor plans. I actually wanted to be an architect when I was in
Really?
high school, but
Okay.
that requires a lot of math skills, and I'm not very good at math. Therefore, that was out of the question for me. So aside from music and performing, the only thing I could see myself doing is maybe like real estate or something that has to do with like architecture, interior decorating, houses. I'm very into like houses.
Yeah. Well, you have a good, personal style and fashion sense. I think
Thank
that's
you.
pretty obvious. Do you come up with your own looks? Do you have a stylist that helps you? Or?
I work with a stylist a lot of the time. Most of the stuff I wear, I pick out myself. This actually is like a custom-made outfit that I worked with a designer
Very
on,
cute.
and I tell her what I want. Like, I'm like, I really want something with palm trees, and she made this for me, and it has palm trees.
Oh, how cute.
And we'll work on stuff together. I told her I wanted like a little peplum skirt with like a top with palm trees. So, I'll give her like my ideas, and then she obviously is the designer and creates it. So I work with stylists and designers, but a lot of it obviously is influenced by me.
Of course, that's great. And it's great to have someone you can work with and help you, if you have a vision for
Yes.
a style. This is Native Royalty right here, and they're good friends of mine. So, I come out with an outfit, and they just
Exactly.
create
It's
it.
amazing when you have like a good relationship too with somebody that makes clothes that fit you well and
It is.
look good on
it
you.
is.
So
That's so important, whether you're in modeling or performing rapping
Yeah.
like you are. It's good to have a team around you that you
Exactly.
trust and you can work with creatively. So any upcoming projects you have that
Yes.
we should know about?
Yes,
okay,
definitely.
please do tell.
I'm working on my upcoming album. It's set to come out later this summer, probably late August. And my first single is going to come out in August as well. And we're also working on an upcoming season of Ridiculousness. there's a few more seasons locked in for that, so you'll be seeing us for a while.
Great. Well, I'm glad
And
to hear that.
working on a lot of fashion stuff. A lot of things I actually can't really fully talk about yet, but let's just say there's a lot of things in the works in the fashion world.
Wonderful. So, well, I'm definitely interested to hear about that. Any way that our viewers can keep up with you? Social media, websites?
Definitely. I am very into my social media, so you can follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/Chanel West Coast, or facebook.com/Chanel West Coast. What else? youtube.com/Chanel West Coast. I am ChanelWestCoast.com, and I keep everybody, all my fans and everybody updated on everything I'm doing on all of those sites.
Wonderful. It sounds like you've got a lot of exciting upcoming projects.
Thank
we
you.
really appreciate your time today.
No, I appreciate it too.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.